Hey guys, Matt Allen, Tim Little, welcome back to Tactical Bassin. Today we are going out throwing the crankbait. Still got those cold water winter conditions. It's been a few weeks since we've gone cranking. Let's see if we can get it done. We should be able to draw a reaction bite despite 46-degree water temps and get these fish fired up. Come along. Yeah, that thing choked. Nice winter fish. Got him? Uh-oh. Nice fish. Oh, barely hooked. Chubby. Oh, barely hooked. You're brave. Nice.
Nice one. Just had one hook. Heavy.
This is the third fish off the same spot. This is the power of that reaction bite. There was clearly a group of fish down there. We got them fired up, you got them triggered, and they're almost just waiting their turn. Nice fish. So awesome. This would be fun any time of year, but it's amazing when you're in that cold water and this is happening. Nice job, man.
That fish was on the pause. My bait just disappeared. When you go to reel your crankbait and there's nothing there, keep reeling and let that rod load up because it's a fish bringing that bait to you. Got them fired up. All right, guys, we're gonna reposition the boat and try and get that school get fired up. We're throwing our crankbait. This is exactly what we designed this bait for. Wintertime fishing, cold water, and we are fishing it fast. Both Matt and I are throwing the 845 CBR Loomis, and we're throwing 7 and 8-to-1 gear ratio reels, burning this bait. We're burn, pause. Watching our line. Sometimes they'll hit it when the bait pauses, and you can see that line slack just jump, or sometimes you feel them crush it, but it's burn, pause. Burn, pause. 9 times out of 10, they're eating it on the pause. I'm throwing DD minnow. Matt, what are you throwing?
Mirrored minnow.
He's throwing mirrored minnow. Got clearer water right now, so we're going with those real natural colors. But again, the key is fishing it fast in the cold water and really getting those fish to trigger on the bait. It's cold. They don't necessarily want to run down a bait, but we're keying into those mental, their instincts. It's in their blood to chase down and eat. And that's what we're doing with this bait right here. All the back orders are almost filled. So if you guys haven't had a chance to pick them up, definitely try it, because this is exactly what it's meant and made to do, to catch these fish in these conditions. They're all sitting right over here.
Are they?
Yeah, right out off that branch. Cast this way and cast that way. They're sitting there. Go.
And right here.
Go for it. What was your name? Nathan? Tim, Matt.
Nice to meet you. Are you throwing our crank?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
I just got it today.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
My lower unit went out. I had to break it in. So just
Okay.
came out the fish for a little bit.
Nice.
Got a couple on it. So.
Cool.
Did you?
Yeah. What color are you guys throwing?
I'm throwing the DD minnow, and he's throwing the
Mirrored minnow.
Mirrored minnow.
Share minnow?
Which one are you throwing?
I got the ghost
minnow?
and the last minnow is the one that they've been eating.
Okay.
Nice. Both good choices.
Huh?
Both are good choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all right in that like 12-foot range. 10 to 12.
12 foot?
Yeah, right out there. Nice to meet you, bud.
Nice to meet you.
Have a good day, guys.
You too.
Thanks.
Now when you're fishing these baits at this kind of speed, 7-to-1, 8-to-1, just as fast as you can turn the handle, and we're smashing into rocks, inevitably the bait will get knocked out of true. It'll start running a little bit to one side or the other. Every crankbait will do that. All you have to do to correct it, if my bait is running off to this side, it wants to lean that direction, take a pair of needle nose, grab onto the actual eyelet, not the split ring, but the eyelet, and bend ever so slightly the opposite way that the crank's going. So if it wants to go this way, I bend the eyelet that way. If it wants to go that way, I bend the eyelet back. It's slight. If you can see with your eyes that you bent it, it's going to start going all the way to the other side. You'll have to bend it back. It takes a little time to get used to tuning a crankbait so that you don't overdo it, but it's incredibly simple. If that bait just ever so slightly runs off to one side, just barely touch it, and it'll be back to dead true. That bait will last over and over and over and over, and just keep right on fishing. Oh, it's awesome. You couldn't time that better if you had to.
I said yep right before I set that.
Nice. I guess I cast the wrong direction.
Look at these footballs, man. Just fat, healthy fish. Thanks, dude. Nice.
We just backed out just a little bit further as we were going along this edge. Found a grouping of fish at 22 feet, just deeper than we can reach with that crank. So even though it's a cranking video, we're gonna adapt, switch over to that A-rig, see if we can pluck a couple of those deeper fish too. One of the other baits that will get that deep reaction bite. Too cool. This is why we talk about all these different techniques. We've already got an awesome day going. We're having a blast. But by having different tools in your arsenal ready to go, you find that fish that's a little deeper, or a little shallower, or wants a little bit different presentation, you adapt. And you're catching over and over and over again. That is so much fun. What an awesome day. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. It's a lot of fun throwing the crank, catching a bonus fish on the A-rig. Anybody can do this cranking technique. You can see we are going fast. The opposite of what you would think in cold water. Water temp today is 46 degrees, not as cold as it's been. Had a couple of these beautiful days. It's starting to warm back up, but it's still cold water. These fish are aggressive and they're reacting because we're triggering that feed response. For those of you wondering, I was fishing completely stock hardware. As you know, we typically upgrade all our hooks, but the stock hardware on these baits is great. Once it gets dull, we switch it out. We go to Owner Hyperwire split rings. We switch over to Owner ST56 treble hooks. Down in the video description, we'll link you the baits, the colors, upgraded hardware, the rods, everything, so that if you're not doing this technique yet, you can. If you have been doing it, if you're losing fish or not getting bit, you can adapt and make the adjustments you need to catch these fish. The fish today, we're sitting on a ledge. You can see we just worked our way down one wall here. It comes out, it's like a chunk lava rock, comes out to about 8 or 9 feet, and then it rolls. It rolls all the way down into the 30s and then levels off. And these fish sit along that slope, and they're here all winter long. It's a narrow spot in the lake. That's why we're fishing a wall and not a point. It's a squeeze point. So the fish are all throughout here. They winter in this area, and they're sitting at a depth where we can reach them with that crankbait, stop and go, draw that reaction. And as you saw, when you get them fired up, you can really get them fired up, and they go one after another after another. It's amazing. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications so you know when new videos come out, and we'll talk to you soon.